Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to our Road to Glory here with Derby. It is a big game. Since you saw us against Watford, we lost 4-0 to Liverpool. We kind of expected that we weren't going to get our way. You guys are really going to hate me, but as we look at the table, you can see why this game is massive. We are 1 point behind them. We've drawn 6, they've drawn 4. They've won the extra game compared to us. A win here puts us in 16th place and starts pushing us a little bit further away from the drop. So we need points here. And when we need points in Derby, we play narrow. We've gone back to our system here. Morales, Eberseli, Sutalo, Smolic, Zamora, Bielik. I really don't want to play Bielik, but we're kind of running out of midfielders unless we actually do that instead. And we do that. I think that's probably the better option. What's his best role? Mazzala, perfect. So Mazzala for Sibley, Patino, White, 3 lefties though in the midfield, or 4 lefties in our midfield. But then we've got Delap and Traore as, actually we've got Boateng, but Traore in that advanced forward role I think is going to be a really important part of this team. You've got to try and get him scoring as well. So it kind of fits in that we're trying to get Delap and Traore getting goals. We do have our boy on the bench if needed as well in Atanga, and we've got Jovalic both on the bench if we do need an injection of quality up front, and we've got enough players to help us out. Oh, going to pause that quickly because we were trying to, after getting absolutely decimated by Liverpool, we were trying to get through that game a little bit quicker. So we are in big need of points, and Delap plays the absolute wrong pass there. He had Sibley on. We didn't get the best result last time we played Aston Villa, and we are in desperate need of that to change. Jack Harrison, Ollie Watkins, Leon Bailey, Lo Celso, Jacob Ramsey, Nico, Digne, Mings, Konsa in their team. They're very stacked. We've got an early corner though. Jacob Ramsey deals with it. It finds its way to Sibley, back to White and Sibley linking up. Sibley! Louis floats one into the far top corner, and that is what we needed. 1-0 to the Rams. Zamora, Sibley and White were just like, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. Fine, I'll shoot. Bang. Puts it in the top bin. We go 1-0 up against Aston Villa in a real 6-pointer. Come on, boys. That's what we want to see. Morales trying to find our boy Delap and does not link up with him whatsoever. And this is where we need to just be a bit more compact in this shape. Try and just force the numbers. If Villa can play through us like they are on a regular basis, then good on them. Ollie Watkins, the shot gets blocked about 4 times, I reckon, and it finds its way out for a corner. If that's how they're going to try and beat us, if we're just going to have to make them play through us, we're going to sit a bit more narrow, a bit more compact. You know, they're going to have to fling fullbacks forward, Matty Cash, Digne, and then that's when we want to try and get them on the break. We want to try and isolate Mings and Konsa with the pace of Delap and Traore. Traore, obviously, against his former club, would probably love a goal here, as well as Zamora goes up against Leon Bailey. Stevie G got the sack as well, because obviously Villa aren't doing as well as they would have hoped at this point of the save, as well as Bird links up with Delap. Traore, you're definitely offside. Good finish, but there's no way in hell that goal will count. But it's a good start. We're not going to have heaps and heaps and heaps of possession in this shape because we are trying to get ahead. And Zamora finds Delap, brings it down. This is where he has Traore running with him. What is that? Just what is that ball? Just all Traore has to do there is just drive with the ball in a straight line, and I'd be more than happy with that. But unfortunately, he just cannot do something that simple, but it's okay. Can we just find a second goal? It's Sutalo and Smolic. I think they're both Croatian, at the back, but Bailey, we just can't let them do that. We just need to stay switched on, fellas. This is what has been our problem, and if we get relegated by a couple points, this is what's going to cost us. Bournemouth go 1-0 up as well. So as things stand, Aston Villa are down in the relegation zone. So they would be absolutely freaking out if they found that out right now. But Eberseli into Bird, finding Sibley. We haven't done this well whatsoever. And Charlie Patino ends up with a shot away on target. But again, probably it's just been a bit fortunate with that chance. But we still need to take those opportunities, which is frustrating that we haven't been able to at this point. We've obviously converted once, but I'd really love us to try and find a second goal here before Villa start really knocking on the door. So it's Giovanni Lo Celso. We know of his quality, and with Digne and Nico, like, this team is just a lot more stacked than ours. We're very much a championship team that's got a few nice pieces in it, where this is like a European team. You know, you're looking at Konsa, Mings, Digne, Nico, Lo Celso, Ramsey, Bailey, Ollie Watkins, Jack Harrison. That is a very solid Premier League team, and Emi Martinez as a goalkeeper is very, very solid as well. But here we go. It's Traore finding Charlie Patino. Can he slot it? Just go far post, Charlie. Come on. Just slot it in the far post. That's all we needed from you there. It's Sibley towards Sotalo. He's going to let it go out for a throw-in, though. So do we see a highlight? And no, we do not. Charlie Patino really struggling at the moment, as is Bird, as is Zamora. This is the one problem with this 2022-23 season, is you cop the World Cup. And what that means is you get the condensed games. And with a small squad like ours, Sotalo, though, Bosco, the January signing, gets us 2-0 to the good. That's exactly what we want to see. As I was saying, though, games are coming thick and fast, and we don't have the depth. Like, we've got a good, like, probably 14 players, and then from that, the depth isn't there. So we're running thin. We've got a couple injuries at the moment, so rotations aren't happening as much as I would like them to at this point. They do make a change to Aston Villa. They do make Leon Bailey swap with Buendia, which is a pretty well straight swap. You'd say Bailey's probably a bit more direct in his play, where Buendia is a bit more of that inverted winger. But look, we're 2-0 up in a monster game. We obviously lost the reverse fixture at Villa Park, so we'd love to take 3 points back and even the tie for the season with Aston Villa. But here we go. It's Nico, Watkins. Like, we know that they can just pick the lock whenever they want. Sotalo nods back to Morales. And two very unlikely goal scorers in Sibley and Sotalo. And I'm going to have to look at some changes. Bournemouth now go 2-1 up. I'd love Crystal Palace to find a goal. They find White, Eberseli, White, Sibley tries to float a second into the top bins. And it's Watkins who's away. Well done for a young Bird. He has just gone from strength to strength this year, has Max Bird. And it would not surprise me if, like, a West Ham or a Chelsea or an Arsenal will come in looking for his signature at the end of this season, because he has been a shining light in what has been a very up and down and tough season for the boys in white. That's a poor throw, and we've dealt with it well. And do we get there? We don't, unfortunately. And it might be time to start looking at some subs, because we do have some key players starting to run out of legs. It's Ollie Watkins here, and it's gone out. They've used all three of their changes now. I'm going to take Charlie Patino off. And what we're going to do is Sibley's going to go in there. White's going to go there. Bird's going to go there. We're going to have to reshuffle everything just to make this work. Orellano kind of doesn't really fit the team. He's not really a centre mid. He's not really a striker. He probably plays a pressing forward, to be fair, if we really need him to. Because he's got the mentals. He's got good enough physicals. He actually probably could play as a pressing forward, and he's got 11 finishing, but I'm not going to try that right now. We've got Zamora really struggling, so we'll go Young at the back, and we'll leave it at 2 changes just for now, and we'll see how we go from there. We've kept Villa to 1 shot on target, and that's probably been the main positive in this shape, is that we are making it difficult for teams to really break us down. We are, packing the midfield with 4 people in a very condensed area. You're naturally forcing teams out wide. So I think so far so good. This is where we concede opportunities from. And oh my God, what a save from Morales. It's massive as Buendia still on the ball, finds Konsa, and that goes well wide at the moment. They're saying Bird needs to come off for a Tunga. We were never doing that sub, ever, ever, ever. We're just going to have to ride Bird, because he is one of our better players, and it's Smolic, who doesn't have heaps to play to, finds Young. Can we just keep the ball? Can we look for space? If we're going to lose the ball, and we can lose it out there, I'm more than happy to lose the ball out in those wide areas, as our boy Sotalo does bring it down. Look down, there we go. Can we go the other way? We don't even try going the other way. We just hoof it to Delap, who's just cleaned him up. There's no way you're going to give him a red card No, not like this. SI, not like that. They're saying he elbowed him. I'm not going to change anything. I want Traore out there just to be an option, just on the break. Villa are going to start pushing forward. Can Traore just get in behind one-on-one? Just can he find something? We're going to have to make a change because I can't afford to lose another player. If I'm going to pick and choose, we're going to have to take our boy Smolic off because I just can't try. I just don't want to go down to 3 at the back, really, to be perfectly honest. But it's okay. We'll be fine. Just can we see the game out? We're on positive. I'm going to start time wasting at this point now. I'm going to start time wasting frequently every time we can. I might actually start playing for set pieces as well, to be perfectly honest, and just try and slow this game down. Be more disciplined. Dribble less. Just be a bit more disciplined, fellas. Let's just see this game out. We're 2 ahead. We really can't afford to concede now. Morales, just slow us down. Can we just see this through? We're obviously going to miss the lap now for a few games, which is probably what's going to hurt more. But we've got a Tunga. We've got guys on the bench. We've got plenty of striker options with Davis and Joveljic as well. So if we're going to lose someone at the moment, probably up front's the spot where we can deal with it. Is Traore needs to finish. He's got the stats to do it, and that's what's so frustrating with Bertrand Traore. Like, he's got the finishing, he's got the dribbling, he's got the pace, he's got the off the ball, he's got everything. Just does not score goals at the moment. He gets into really good areas. He's really direct. He's really dynamic. There's going to be a period where he starts scoring, and I can't wait for that period, but we really need that period to hurry up and get in. Now, as Ollie Watkins flashes one wide. Can we hold on? Bournemouth are still winning 2-1 as well. So a win here would be absolutely massive. And this relegation fight is really heating up at the moment with Bournemouth winning. Even if Bournemouth can just draw and drop those 2 points and go back down to 17, that would be fantastic. But time is running out. 2-0 in the narrow shape with a red card. Who would have thought? Sotalo and Sibley on the score sheet. Burnley 1-0 up very late against Fulham. And there we go. 2-0 to the derby. We keep Aston Villa to 1 shot on target. We take our chances. Nice work, everyone. That was a great performance, except for Liam Delap. Liam Delap is going to be out for some time, but we are on 21 points, and we are starting to create a 3-horse race down the bottom with us, Bournemouth, and Aston Villa. I think Watford are probably going to start to slide. I think Watford and Burnley, I mean, it's only 4 points. Any one of us from 16 to 20 could realistically go down. It's going to be an interesting fight to stay up. We go Palace, West Ham, Brighton, Fulham, Newcastle, then Bournemouth. We get Burnley on the second to last day. You'll probably see me for Bournemouth and maybe Leicester. And then from that, we'll go to probably Burnley. So if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you very, very soon for this relegation race heating up with Derby and our road to glory.